fight to bring home those 3 innocent Americans, Christian pastor Saeed Abedini, U.S. Marine Amir Hekmati, and Washington Post reporter Jason Rezaian, is now becoming life and death for at least one of the 3. U.S. Marine Amir Hekmati's health is rapidly deteriorating. Montel Williams is working very closely with his family to get our Marine home. Montel Williams goes on the record. Montel, what is the condition of our Marine?
Well, I know some of your viewers have seen me before on with Rami Kurdi, who is Amir's brother-in-law. And Rami is a doctor. He has been listening to him and talking to him every couple of days on the phone. He has had very recently a severe fever, an infection, something else going on. What people at home have to understand is he's being treated by prisoners who are doctors. People who are being held as prisoners.
Without medicine,
without
of course.
medicine.
Yes, of course.
Okay, and these are some of the same prisoner doctors that tortured him. And these guys are the ones that are taking care of him. He's been in there 1,492 days.
It's incredible. And you know, in the conversation that I just had with the Secretary of State, John Kerry, they just heard, he said, "My hope over next course of days," and then he added weeks. And I thought, I sort of heard in there, maybe I'm just like overly optimistic, that I sense that maybe there is something going on.
Well, you know, before we sat down and started talking, I wasn't this emotional. That made me this emotional because in Amir's case, he may not have weeks.
Well,
we need to have some noise now.
I just sort of sense, it's sort of weird, but I sort of sense that he said days and all of a sudden he added weeks. Okay. And I think that this has been a very busy week, and so maybe I'm just being overly optimistic something's going on. You
know, I hope that that's what we can think, but listen, this week we had the Pope here. The Pope's talking about to the world about showing more compassion when it comes to the death sentence, putting us on report. Well, how about we put the rest of the world on report? Right now, Amir being held in prison without the right medical care is tantamount to a death sentence. Now,
have you tried to contact the Iranians here when the president was here?
I helped write a letter with the family that was delivered to the Secretary General of the UN. We know they received it. We asked if we could just orchestrate a meeting between myself and them or just with them directly just to talk about compassion. I get what the Secretary is saying, Secretary Kerry is saying. I want to change the conversation when it comes to Amir. This is about a sick Marine. And remember, we had the same conversation about another Marine that was in Mexico. And it worked to shift the paradigm.
Did Iran respond to you?
No, we didn't get a response yet, even from the Secretary General. I was at an event at the UN this past weekend hoping that somebody might say something, but it didn't happen.
Oh, dear. Anyway, 3 Americans, also a Christian pastor and, of course, a Washington Post reporter, just sitting in that prison tonight. Anyway, Montel, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Greta. Thank you for bringing this up again.
And of course,